My name is Maggie Amado Telles, and I am the Executive Director of the Pima County Community Land Trust. It's a very long name. So there are different types of companies, and so there are companies where people provide services or provide products, and they want to make money. They want to make money. That's their goal. Obviously, providing services and our products and making money for themselves. But I work for what's called a nonprofit, and a nonprofit means that we have our focus is to focus on issues in our community and not make money. We don't we need money to provide the services that we provide or the products that we provide, but our goal isn't to make money for ourselves. It is to provide services for our community to address an issue or a problem. And in the case of the Pima County Community Land Trust, we focus on housing, making it affordable for people to buy a house, to rent a house, and anything to do with housing, because housing is really important. I mean, think about it. It's where you live, it's where you celebrate, it's where you sleep at night, you have protection, you have shelter. It's like where where you celebrate your joys and your birthdays. And it's really important, really important to make sure that people don't have to move all the time because the rent goes up or the payment goes up and they can't afford it. So it's very important for people to find a place of their own, and to, especially children, to be able to have that stability. So I went to college. I went to the University of Arizona in lovely Tucson, Arizona. We're next to Texas. And so that's 4 years. And my major, or what I studied, was business. So running a business and finance. And so, especially when we're talking about housing, it is important to understand some of the terms and rules for housing. There's a lot of professionals that deal with housing. Maybe some of you guys have, your parents have bought a house maybe, or rented a house, and you used a real estate agent. So there are a lot of people involved in the housing profession. And so there could be real estate agents, there's lenders, people who do loans. So I kind of have that background where we study, learn about tools or things that are available for people to buy a house, and the process of buying a house, and making sure that people are protected. So those are kind of some of the trainings. Well, because I studied finance, and so finance is all about lending money for people who want to buy a house. I'm also a real estate agent, so I help people buy houses and sell houses. And so I have a lot of that interest. I think, to me, it's really important that people understand the process of buying a house, because it's not easy. It's pretty complicated when you want to buy a house, and so it's really important to learn about it. And many people, they see a house and they fall in love with a house and they want to buy it, but that's not really where you should start. You should first do your homework. Like, you guys are all in school right now doing your homework. Adults, when they want to buy a house, have to learn what it takes to buy a house, what it takes to rent a house, and how to be a good tenant too. So no, I kind of fell into it. I think many years ago, I was a lender. I was helping people buy houses by doing the loan, doing the numbers and seeing if people could borrow money to buy a house, because I feel that that's important. And then, you know, my employer at that time, they moved to Las Vegas and they said, oh, you need to move to Las Vegas. And I'm like, no, I cannot move to Las Vegas. I was building my own house at that time. So I didn't want to move. So another friend said, hey, why don't you come and work for this nonprofit, another nonprofit? And why don't you, with your experience, help with the housing? Anyways, I accidentally found this job and I loved it because it all of my skills could be used to help people improve their lives, to help people understand the importance of buying a house, selling a house, or even renting, you know, making sure, you know, people understand all of that. So I kind of fell into it. It was accidental. And I've been doing this now for about 20 years. That's a long time. I think my favorite thing is when people, families, we have to remember that, you know, it's easy for us to just think it's about a house, but it's not. It's about the people that we're trying to help. And they're all families, and mostly they have children. And so when I give them a key, the key to their house, and they're so happy, their children are excited, they're going to have their own bedroom. You know, that to me is, it's really the reason why I do what I do. It's easy to kind of just get lost in the process and forget that there's actually families behind it. So that's my favorite part, is when I get to give somebody the keys, and they're usually very thankful and very grateful. And, you know, so it makes it worth it. It's a good job because I make people happy. I think, you know, the good thing about coming to this country, living in the United States of America, is that you can, there are a lot of opportunities for women, for men, for children even. You know, there's a lot of opportunities. So, you know, make sure that you study hard, and that you think about it. Think about what you want to do in life, and don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it. You know, there's a lot of opportunities, and there's, you know, people to help you along the way, but don't give up on yourself. I think that that's important, is to know that, you know, anything you want to do, it starts right here, starts right here. I want it, I'm going to do it, and just, you know, do it. And if you need help, people will help you. It's a pleasure. Bye, everybody.